to 0, and the long road back to hero once more. The year is 2017, and Dashi was looking to transition from competitive sniper to making a name in the search and destroy scene. After reaching out to already renowned S&D kid Illy on Twitter and being egoed a fair few times, Dashi finally got his shots to play with the big boys, and his talent was immediately recognized.
No way.
Did you tweet it out or he hit you up?
I tweeted out that I needed people, but like he just like I egoed him a few times, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But like
you gotta check them. You know what I mean?
Because and then after like he hit me up and I'm like, all right, let's play with them, you know. And like he came out like beaming, like he came out different at tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, this guy's nasty.
Dashi was actually slightly older than the cream of the
That's
S&D
crazy.
crop at the time,
I didn't even know that.
beating Illy, Simp, and Selim to his 18th birthday, enabling him to compete in the official Call of Duty circuit. Known by professional players primarily for his reputation for playing with Illy, he was just old enough to compete in the last chance qualifier for the 2017 World Championship, but few were interested in his services, believing the skill he displayed online was only possible with a keyboard.
Like, Ricky got dropped over Cloud9, I got dropped on EG.
Hey, yo, chat. This is a team that I fucking world starred at champs after I went 4-20.
Bitch.
Like, Ricky got dropped over Cloud9, I got dropped on EG.
That's the team right there. That's the team I shit on. That's the team I shit on after I went 4-22. That's the team.
Misfits decided to give Dashi a chance, and it didn't take him long to prove his worth.
Well, I thought Ricky was going to be the one to engage, but Dashi snaps back all three. Give the man back-to-back aces. Middle lane, 3 kills already. There's the final one, 17-3. Get him out of here.
Dashi was piecing,
A standout 17-3 S&D performance helped secure World's Championship qualification, where he finished a respectable top 16, taking the scalps of Tainted Minds and Evil Geniuses along the way.
Hey, bro, why did I like Dashi right here? Like, look, right here, somebody was saying some shit, and Dashi was like, I don't give a fuck what the fuck he just said. I'm playing my game.
Of Tainted Mind
Look, right here,
where he finished a respectable
yo, what's
top
up?
16, taking the scalps
I
of
don't give a
Tainted
fuck.
Minds and
I'm
Evil
doing whatever the
Geniuses
fuck I want to
along
do.
the way.
Yeah, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm not listening. Yeah, you know, I like that.
That was all me, dude.
No sleeves on. Where your sleeves at, dog?
Enigma 6 going into the World War II season, but fails to qualify for Stage 1 of the 2018 Pro League, despite performing far beyond the level of his teammates. A similar story repeated on Complexity with Study, Fellow, and Parasite until April that year, when an opportunity opened up in the professional league. Dropping everyone but their superstar talent, Cole recruited Sensor alongside Ricky and Blast, formerly of Era Eternity, to inherit the CWL spot the organization was forced out of after failing to honor its commitments to players. Once the pros had a chance to play against Dashi on LAN, his ability was quickly discovered while slotting into an assault rifle role. Former S&D stars often struggle on their transition to the respawn modes, and while his sniper shot was renowned, Dashi did not disappoint elsewhere, delivering a 1.20 KD over the 120 maps he played in the...
Hey, bro, nobody shows Denny this video. Nobody show Tony this video, please. Nobody show him this video. You're gonna hear him yapping. You're gonna hear him yapping for fucking 3 weeks. Yeah, but if you go back, you see that video, you know, you can see number 1, Tom. Number 1. Go fuck yourself, Tom.
KD over the 120 maps he played in the CWL, including a 1.27.
Hey, Tony, but in S&D, you know where to be found, boys. I mean, you know where to be found.
You know where to be found. That's not right.
Becoming the hottest prospect in the game.
You're an AR. Your KD is supposed to be the best, Tony.
S&D kill record at 20, but unfortunately, it never made it to broadcast.
First event in World War II and I dropped 20 game 5. I wish like that whole map was just broadcast.
That's 20?
Yeah, when I tied Crew's record.
What the fuck?
Damn, you see, that's crazy. He tied Chris' record and nobody got to see it, bro. That's crazy. Bro, one time, dude, I dropped fucking 78 in a fucking against fucking Envy in a flat tower CTF, but it wasn't on stream, so nobody got to see it.
With the Optic Dynasty collapsing during World War II,
bro.
Formal had left for Luminosity, leaving Scump and Crimsix to build a new roster for Black Ops 4.
I'm not capping, bro.
Talents to rejuvenate Optic after a
Whatever.
winless
You guys don't believe
previous
anything
season,
I said.
Dashi emerged as a primary target alongside TJ Halley. Bringing back three-time world champion Karma from his competitive hiatus to round out the squad, success was immediate
I
and
always think that one
substantial.
fucking pops up.
Despite
immediately,
huge
bro.
pressure on Dashi to prove he was the real deal on this new generation of the biggest team in COD, he came out the gates hot. The Maddox and Paladin seemed almost tailor-made, and with the Tempest in hand, he was all but unstoppable.
Basically, when you give a good player a Maddox, they can win you maps by themselves. Yeah, just say it how it is, tactical rap.
Welcome
When you give Dashi a Maddox, watch what happens. Because when you give a player with that talent, that gun, fuck at it, you're gonna do shit like that shit.
The Green Wall soon had plenty to cheer for, with Bruce chants echoing around the venue. Dashi explains.
Hey, yo, Green Wall, why y'all sound like that? Hey, Green Wall, why you said I left like Elmo? Why y'all sound like that?
Plenty to cheer for, with Bruce chants echoing around the venue.
Little ass
Dashi
kids, you
explains.
sound like fucking 5-year-olds.
At least now.
Woke up around like 6:45, 7 o'clock. Was not scrimming.
Bruce,
Voice is like really deep when I wake up, right?
Yeah.
So, alright, did my thing, got up. I ate, got on. And then my voice is deep, right? I'm like, yo, it's good. No bullshit. And then Nato was like, what the fuck? Nato is Saints, by the way. He's like, yo, is that Batman? Is that Bruce?
Dashi was the standout player at the game's first event in Las Vegas, posting an outrageous 1.44 KD on Optic's way back to the top, helping to complete some crazy comebacks along the way.
244. Optic now. They've got to be perfect. They've got to be perfect.
Avizi's on the hill. He gets a couple more seconds, but Optic are there. Looking at specialist, plays this one. Very close to another Tempest. Dashi able to find one.
Streaks now in for Optic.
Are you kidding me?
A team kill does come through. The lightning strike's gonna follow it up. What can he connect on? It's actually gonna pick up Scrub. He got Karma. He got two of his teammates.
Bro, Dashi fucking was shitting on him, bro.
His teammates there.
Watch this
They
shit.
now just need 13 more points. Plenty of time to hold on. They're
Right here, this is sick.
Tempest is in. Optic Gaming look like they're gonna do it.
He gets two here, look. He gets them both. Boom.
Remaining. Get off the map. They've done it. The comeback is alive and well.
What a game one from Optic Gaming.
But 2019 would not go to plan, as Optic consistently fell short of close rivals 100 Thieves and United.
Hey, bro, what the fuck? Hey, bro, Brucey shit on. They were a one-shot, so, you know, it is, you know, an overrated clip, but it is a really sick clip. Like, this is like a fucking legendary clip, for sure.
2019 would not go to plan, as Optic consistently fell short of close rivals 100 Thieves and United, while
That guy got
internal
shit
conflict
on, bro.
began to develop. After a third place finish
Yeah,
at
the
Champs,
TJ
their
clip
third
was
such placement of
fire.
the season, Crimsix was on his way out, but not without.
He said only one. What the fuck? Only one was one shot, Southern said. Really?
Not go to plan.
That guy he killed in one bullet. That guy, he had a teammate. He killed that guy literally in half a bullet.
Short of close
That guy died in a bullet. That guy's one shot.
Thieves and United, while internal conflict began to develop.
Wait, that's not the
Rivals
clip.
2019
This is
would
the
not
clip.
go to plan.
One shot. That guy was one shot. The next guy's one shot. That guy's one shot.
Optic consistently
That guy's one shot.
fell short of
That guy was one shot.
close rivals 100
And that guy was one
Thieves
shot.
and
They were all
United,
one shot.
while internal conflict
The whole
began
team was
to
one shot.
develop. After a
The whole
third
team
place
was weak.
finish at Champs, their third such placement of the season, Crimsix was on his way out, but not without leaving some parting words.
It was team
He
shit. Team
described
shots.
teaming with Dashi as babysitting. Not impressed with his
They were one shots, but they were team shooting, so he only put a bullet into them and it was getting the kill. He was getting the last bullet. He was getting the last bullet in team shots. You know what I'm saying? What did Dylan say? What did he say? What the fuck did he say? Let me scroll. What did he say? Wait, what did you do? What did you say? You couldn't gun like Dashi. You phase boys are so jealous. Dude, you're fucking funny, bro.
his attitude
You're
towards
funny,
practice and improving as a squad.
Bro, hey, to the Optic fans, it's a good clip. Hey, Chad, it's a fire clip, legendary clip. Like, fucking, dude, his snaps were on point. He was fucking frying, feasting. But, you know, they were a one shot.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
The entire scene was flipped on its head when franchising came into effect ahead of the 2020 season. The 12-team Call of Duty League was born. Years of Optic ownership struggles finally came to a head, with Immortals acquiring the brand from Infinite Esports, the entity
Damn,
to which
that's
Optic
look at that
CEO
stage.
Hex had rescinded
That stage
majority
looks
ownership in 2017. Wanting no part of this Optic shell, Hex joined NRG as co-CEO, intending to create a new Call of Duty franchise. With all this chaos ongoing behind the scenes, teams were being formed with the arrival of Modern Warfare. While Scump waited for Hex to finalize his deal, Dashi was convinced to stay on the new Optic Game
wait,
Los
that video
Angeles
was
team
fire.
owned by Immortals, believing that the Optic core would soon be joining him. By the time Chicago Huntsman
video
was
of them on a
formed,
beach
it was
was
too
fucking
late
heat.
for Dashi to join Scump and Formal on the NR Green Wall, despite his best attempts for a last-minute trade.
Like, you know what? Like, obviously, I do want to play for like you guys. And then when I found out, like that whole rumor of me trying to get traded it's actually real. Like, I actually.
To compound Dashi's already mounting frustrations, he intended to be the main AR for OGLA's roster, which ended up featuring Slasher, one of the all-time greats in the role. Often forced into an SMG position where he was rarely comfortable, the maturity problems raised by Crimsix began to manifest once more. Showing up late for scrims, barely calling out, just some of the issues Kenny explained after the season's conclusion.
He just ran to show up late almost like every other day, probably like a few minutes late, but sometimes it was OD. Now, no cap. Not even capping. Like I said, I still want to play with T.
They put Kenny in 4K in the video. They put him in 4K right there in the video.
Where, like, I personally don't care for it.
They
I'm
put him
not
right
like
there.
big.
They put him
like,
right there in that
God,
shit.
Like,
That's crazy.
showing up late, like, what you doing? Like,
This
but
guy Brucey was pulling out with his beats on, fucking blasting music, getting ready to drop a fucking 2.0. He's fucking this good-looking bastard. And this fucking guy, Bruce. Bruce is guy. I fucking love
John.
him. Bruce is funny, bro.
Eric,
He's funny.
not playing.
After a series of torrid placings and the worst individual
That would've been,
performances
hey, bro,
of Dashi's
you get an
career,
extra.
he
You
was
keep,
benched
hey,
by
yo, Bruce, you keep dropping 2.0s. You get an extra 5 minutes in the morning. You know, that's what I would have told him. That's what I would have told
OGLA
him.
in early July that season, with former teammate Chino giving lack of effort as the primary driver.
We felt like he wasn't really giving effort in practice.
In spite of his generational talent, external factors had nullified Dashi's impact in 2020. He desperately needed to prove his championship-winning potential once again before the hectic roster change period to follow. Still on the sidelines as OGLA faced Los Angeles Guerrillas at the 2020 World Championship, talent 20.
Bruce is
He
fucking off the
desperately needed to
papaya.
prove his championship-winning potential once
He's
again
fucking
before the
cooked.
hectic roster change period to follow. Still on the sidelines as OGLA faced Los Angeles Guerrillas at the
Trust me, I
2020
know.
World Championship, Kenny began experiencing connection issues associated with an alleged DDoS attack.
Bro, no
With
way.
no warm-up and barely any warning, Dashi subbed in for Game 5 Piccadilly S&D,
No
delivering
way.
3 crucial sniper kills in round 10 to help his team advance.
In this game. But there's Dashi, hits another one. Challenge me again, sir. I got a new angle.
Gets so much information, now gonna reposition top. Did he catch him off a bomb? No, it's Dashi. Hit another snipe miss. He's got 3 in the round.
Sick. This
There
is
it
legendary,
the kill is
bro.
in for Optic. They're gonna get the
Legendary.
series win.
And posting one of the coldest tweets in COD history.
The best, hey, by far the best tweet ever, bro, in COD history. In my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? See, bro, Optic fans, I'm cool too. Yeah, see, bro, the first 5 piece he got, they were all one shot. You know what I'm saying? But bro, that 3-piece snipe he got to close out that map when he subbed in, and this fucking tweet to follow up. Now we're talking, Greenwall. Now we're talking. See, I gotta keep it honest, guys. I gotta keep it honest. You know, now we're fucking talking. There we go. Good shit right there. I got some cigars right over here. Should I open these fucking things up? I should fucking pop a cigar right now. Matter of fact, I should knock on my fucking neighbor's wall. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, buddy, you wanna fucking smoke a cigar? Cause I'm about to fucking move out, cause I'm too fucking loud for you. So let's smoke a fucking cigar together on stream, and let me get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Fucking
Black Ops Cold War
He's a cool guy.
signals the
Hey,
return
he was
to
a cool guy.
form.
He was a cool guy, though. Very cool guy. Very nice. Very respectful. You know. But damn, it kind of. I fucking hate it. I just want to scream.
Player rosters in competitive. As Arcetes and Procini departed the Huntsman, a spot became available for a flex player alongside Scump, Formal, and Envoy, for which Dashi
Formal
was
and
the
Envoy.
obvious target.
And Envoy.
Rebranding to Optic Chicago after Hex reclaimed ownership of the Optic branding from Immortals, the team started out hot. Dashi quickly returned to superstar form in the early XM4 meta, only losing to the year's dominant Team Atlanta FaZe during Stage 1. Despite frequently impressing during the group stages, Optic consistently fails to make waves on tournament weekends.
Now I'm
Placing 4th on 3 occasions, top 6 twice, and 3rd only once, Dashi's team did not even make a single Grand Finals appearance all year. While the slaying power was evident, clutch factor and good fundamentals routinely fell short. Questions were already being raised around Dashi, now winless for approaching 3 years. Former teammate Crimsix made his opinion clear. Dashi should have been a top 5 player, but he did not play the game the correct way, prioritizing kills over team success.
I think if Dashi played the right way...
Okay, but here's a take.
But
here's a take. If you're Dashi, you're on a team like this and your teammates aren't getting kills, would you guys feel the need, if you had Dashi's talent, to feel like, you know what? Maybe if I just kill Horn, get kills, maybe it'll do us better. You know, maybe it'll help us. Maybe kill Horn was a mindset he had. Maybe he thought it would be better for the team because they felt like they couldn't keep up. You know what I'm saying? Because in my personal opinion, I don't think kills was the issue with his team. I don't think it was the issue, but...
Made his opinion clear.
I've just met.
Dashi should have been a top 5 player, but he did not play the game the correct way, prioritizing kills over team success.
See, I agree with didn't play the game the right way. By prioritizing kills, I don't know about that. I don't know if that was the problem. I don't think prioritizing kills was the fucking problem with that Optic team. The problem with that Optic team is they just did fucking brain dead stupid shit. They just didn't work together in times where they had to work together. You know, and it was like fundamentals, like little shit that they would just constantly fuck up over and over again. And that's why you just, you know, I don't know what was going on that year. They were just, that's what was going on. When you watch it, that's my personal opinion. But I don't think talent or kills was like a serious problem. You know, I could be wrong. I don't know. Everybody has different opinions.
If Dashi played the right way,
We can't.
he could be top 5. In my eyes, Brandon lost his team more maps than he won his team maps.
Playstyle was far from the only problem discussed.
Oh, not Ben
After
Tennessee,
Envoy departed the roster, he revealed Optic's work ethic held them back from cracking the top teams. Explaining how certain teammates slept in late and lacked passion, he didn't mention Dashi by name, but many read between the
Who are
lines.
you listening to? Somebody's gotta be out.
Specifically, Kurt Left, if you don't mind me asking.
Alright, dude. I'm not gonna put on one person. It's everyone, dude. It was everyone, alright?
Oh, okay.
Generally speaking, we had very bad teamwork, super inconsistent. To add on that, like I mentioned, like Draws really having a lot of passion. I think we didn't have enough passion this year from all of us, myself included. I'm not throwing that on anyone specific.
You know,
I chalked a lot of scrims last year because teammates did not sleep. And I didn't go to sleep or went to sleep at 5 a.m. and then I'm an hour late or I'm chalking the whole first set, chalking both sets. And
Dashi responded with a cheeky quip at the time, but Scump recently confirmed that Dashi was indeed the chief time torture.
Sounds so different on that mic.
last year, oh my god, I couldn't pay him to be on time.
Yeah.
I couldn't give him an extra 20 grand a month to be on time.
If Dashi wanted to get back to the top, he would have to turn a corner fast. Talent alone is insufficient in such a competitive league. If he couldn't mature quickly,
No, Jack, I'm serious, Jack. Hey, the last microphone that I had in Texas, this is a different microphone. I'm not using the same one. I had a different microphone in Texas, and it was different. It was weird. I sounded different on it. Whenever I watch videos from my apartment in Texas, I sounded different. My voice sounded different. I don't know if it was like, I don't know if the setting. It sounds like, honestly, the Texas microphone, the settings were fucked up. Like, it didn't sound like me. This sounds more like me. This one does. You know?
Who's representing Optic were numbered.
You sound like Elmo now?
Another
Bro, Elmo is more famous and way cooler than you will ever be. So who gives a fuck? Like, Elmo's the fucking man. That guy literally did numbers. That guy did numbers. That guy's a legend. Elmo's a legend, bro.
An earth-shattering move in the esports landscape.
your head. Thank
This
you. Thanks for the
initiated a merge
compliment.
between Optic Chicago and the Dallas Empire. Optic Texas
Fucking
was
asshole, go
born.
fuck yourself. Suck my
2020
dick.
MVP Shotzi and Dashi's old master Illy
Look at Shotzi. Look at fucking Shotzi.
in a
Look at this
shakeup
fucking
that could
guy.
have seen Empire's Crimsix come
Look at
along
this
for the
fucking
ride.
guy.
But the new duo were more bullish on Dashi's potential as the main
bro,
AR.
I was supposed to be on his fucking podcast if I just went to the Texas event. Roger hit me up. I didn't do it. I didn't go to Texas.
New coach Rambo explains.
I should have just went. I was doing pranks and I was doing watch parties and bada boom boom, Cap. But I was doing the boom boom. You guys love the boom boom. Come on, don't stay moving out. We got good content. We did good basement.
Now competing.
Bro, when Rambo talks, by the way, you fucking listen. Nobody fucking speaks. Everybody shut the fuck up. When Rambo talks, you guys shut your fucking mouths, okay?
I
Because
split
he's one of
kinda
the
late,
smartest,
but it's
most
all good.
knowledgeable people. And listen, I'm not even, like, I'm being dead ass. He is. I like to listen to Rambo talk, so shut the fuck up. Seriously. And catch more at twitch.tv/Rambo. He's always live. He's doing good shit over there. And I see him with like 500 viewers. Bro, go fucking... Are you serious?
In the hard-working, regimented structure that Rambo, Illy, and Shotzi are known for, Dashi was more determined than ever to turn his career around.
This information.
It sounds super cliche, but I just want to be the best teammate and the best player I can be for my teammates right now, just because this team has been the team that I've been the closest to pretty much ever, I've ever had out of any team.
I remember this. This was so wholesome.
These guys, it's like a group of guys.
That was wholesome, bro.
As of now, I just want to win for Optic.
How have you been?
For Optic, I've done it once, and it's something that I'll truly never forget, so I'm just trying to do that again.
On paper, this
Yeah.
Optic roster arguably harbored the most
And
talent
then he
since
did
the
it again.
Dynasty, and early online performances
got
shows their
MVP.
elite potential. With Rambo not afraid to dish out fines for late appearances, Dashi's attitude was quickly back on track. His newfound maturity was followed by an improved playstyle, coupled with a revitalized willingness to win at all costs. Scump was even surprised at the rapidity of his rejuvenation.
Well, I had faith in him. Obviously, I mean, we wouldn't have brought him back to the team if we
No,
didn't
of course
have
not.
complete
You haven't-
faith in him
100%.
to be focused. And I had complete faith in him, and he's honestly surprised me because I thought it was going to be more of a process, like a longer, like just like a longer
way-
period. But he like instantly matured.
Yeah, no, man.
Instantly.
I'm not giving him a chance, to be honest.
No,
I'm
but
not giving him a chance
he's
to be off
actually
the ball.
he's been on top of his shit.
However, success
like that,
did
Ray.
not come easily.
Ray don't give a
Following a
fuck.
surprising defeat to fierce rivals LA Thieves at the CDL's Kickoff Classic, Optic suffered two shock Game 5 Round 11 losses to London and Minnesota. Serving merely to light a fire
That's
under
crazy.
the team, Optic bounced back emphatically, beating Paris, Boston, and Toronto with a 9-1 combined map
Hey,
count.
you got shit on Tony.
Arriving at their home Major 1 firmly among the pack of favourites, they would need more than just crowd support to take the crown. Quickly dispatching of Seattle Surge, Optic faced 2021 World Champions Atlanta FaZe on the main stage. Down 2-0 within 30 minutes, former lineups would have crumbled. But a dominant Dashi performance on Tuscan Control opened the door to the
Fucking
reverse.
guy.
Just fucking around. But dead ass though, face up.
Dead ass though, phase up.
Up shots, Bruce heating up. Glide. 6 in a row. Glide looming.
Where have you?
Can he find it? Got eyes opposite. Vicious shots is trying to finish it. It's one of the tougher kills in the game, but he's able to gun sell.
This is crazy though. Is this when did they reverse sweep this or did they lose this? Which one was this? What series is this? This is a reverse sweep, right?
The wind in
Yeah,
their
bro.
sails, Optic rolled through
As a
FaZe
FaZe
with
fan,
aplomb,
we were down
dispatching
bad.
them 6-0
We were down bad.
in Game 5.
Hey, we'll be back. Hey, we'll be fucking back. I see what you. I see a lot of you guys talking shit right now. Yeah, I see a lot of you guys talking shit. We'll be back.
He didn't hesitate to let them know.
We'll be back. We'll be back. Don't worry about it. We'll be back.
And on the peak, he gets
back again.
Dude. Unbelievable.
Hold on, come on. Where my face? Hey,
Dude,
where
that's
the
time
fuck
loss.
my FaZe fans are at? Put one in the chat. Put one in the chat for FaZe. Put one in the chat for FaZe. One. There we go. Don't be scared. Don't be scared in here. Don't be scared. Let it out in here. Yup. And then there's a lot of twos.
on Tuscan right now. How the hell do you do it?
I don't know. I think I just worked the angles. I don't know. I got a good vibe on that map. So
vintage form out there. You're looking like new levels every day. It's incredible to watch. How's the practice been coming in the event?
Yeah, my teammates just make my job like super easy. I mean, I have 3 of the best players in the game, so it's just a matter of me just watching over them, picking up the right cuts, rotating, and just having some good vibes. Have some fun along the way.
The job was not yet complete.
Job's not finished.
But a 3-1 triumph over London
like
set
that,
up
bro.
Optic's first grand final
Like
in
that.
well over a year. A rematch with FaZe beckons, which would put a slight dent in Dashi's ridiculous 1.44 KD heading into the finals. A back-and-forth affair spanning 7 maps, Optic's respawn play was on another level, while their search and destroy remained as disciplined as many Optic fans have ever seen it. Glory once more for the green wall. Dashi back on top after almost 4 years.
First blood. Now the 3 remaining members of Optic have to now contend with a full
Welcome back.
But Shotzi! What was that angle?
I still can't believe Ant did that fucking wall bang, bro.
Shotzi on the outside! Beat last one up!
This is sick. Holy shit. Watch out, Ant. Watch out.
Granted the MVP awards to boot, Dashi's resurrection arc was complete. Engrossed in a culture able to extract the best from his talent, with a mindset finally honed for success, Optic Texas will be tough to beat with Dashi holding the lane. Can he maintain this level? How long will he take to win another championship? The next chapter is yet to be written.
Oh shit, what the
This
fuck?
documentary prize picks offer lines.
That is, hey, that look, he just kind of got me bricked up. Anybody else a little bricked up after that? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the 20-time champion, the 2-time world champion, a legend, a co-host of The Flank, Patrick Price, aka Aches. Give it up for Pat, ladies and gentlemen. We also got the esports engine, the producer, my friend, my companion, my duo. You know what it is, staple to the Call of Duty scene, Mr. Benji the Seam. And we also have a couple special guests here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Asim once again. You know, Asim had to make another appearance. He loves coming on. And we got Mr. Parasite, aka Chris. You guys love Chris Parasite. He's a great addition to the show. You're going to be seeing him a lot, especially during the majors. Gentlemen, how we doing today, man? Everybody doing good?
Doing great, Tom. We had a banger F1 race this morning. That was exciting. Tottenham beat West Ham. I was excited about that.
There you go, Ben. Your team's finally winning games. They're not getting smoked by Manchester United. Cristo Ronaldo soon.
We're not, we broke the win-loss curse. You know, we win a game and then lose a game, and then win a game and lose a game. We finally went back-to-backs.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then today, bro, I don't know what you guys thought, but some real quality matches. We've had a couple sticker Sundays, but this one was solid set.
No, we got good matches. It was a little tough for me today, just to let everybody know. I was in the emergency room all morning because
really
my girlfriend got into a
I'm
car
just-
accident. And she woke
What's
up
wrong?
with some back pains and some neck pains, and you know we
shouldn't
wanted to
really
go to
be
the
there.
emergency room and make
Yeah,
sure she was
I don't
okay.
need
So the
it.
first couple of matches, I was trying to watch when I was in the waiting room. You know they wouldn't let me in the room with her, so I was kind of watching, kind of not. So I know some things you know, I'm gonna have to let Ben and Pat kind of you know work the show a little bit today because I didn't watch too much into the last series, which was a fucking banger, by the way. I'm glad I got to watch the last one because that one was nuts. But yeah, I
missed too much on the first one. Don't worry.
Yeah, I didn't miss too much back.
Wait, did my...
I caught a couple. I caught the ending.
thought
of
I
like a
split,
couple maps.
but okay.
But we're gonna get into it and we're gonna talk about it. Let's get right into it. I'll shut the fuck up now. I appreciate everybody
That's weird.
spamming hearts and showing love to Queen Mitch. I'm sure she really appreciates it. Thank you guys very
Supposed to
much.
split
She's
for
okay.
pars,
She's
but-
fine. Nothing too serious, but you know, a
Thought
little
I
bit of
did.
a stressful morning. But let's get into it. let's hop right in. You guys are here for some Call of Duty, and man, did we have some COD today. We had Seattle Surge going up against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. We had Tuscan Hardpoint, Berlin S&D, Gav2 Control, Gav Hardpoint, and Tuscan S&D. Pat, let's kick it off with you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, before we get into this series and these videos, I just kind of want to talk about the Surge a little bit. And I want to preface this with saying, like, you know, fun isn't something one considers when balancing the CDL. But this does put a smile on my face.
Blow it up! No way, Pat. You want to blow it up, Pat?
Listen,
Pat,
Tom,
you have to add a solution now.
Well, here's the thing, Tom, and this is, you know, right, if you've watched The Dark Knight recently, when you're good at something, man, there ain't no reason to do it for free. So, you know, if Seattle Surge would like my input on how to
here we go.
They know my number. But
I'm sitting here waiting for every GM. I've got like a whole group set up, like CDL GM, just waiting for one of those lines to ring. Go ahead.
But at the end of the day, I mean, again, we're still gonna harp on the same thing. That's back-to-back losses now. This one they didn't look good at all in my opinion.
They started off hot.
Listen. Listen, y'all gotta work on y'all's Tuscan Hardpoint anyway, but I don't know.
Damn, I kind of walked into him right
There's
there.
no ice in this team. Out of their last, I think, 8 now or 9 matches, they're 1-8 or 1-7, whatever it is.
Really?
So yeah, they're still struggling. They obviously had that one game 5 against FaZe, but
Hello?
obviously it was a game 5.
Dude, that should rag.
So I don't know. I still was disappointed again today. Yeah,
That should so rag.
One, but after that, it just looked like the LAG handled it pretty comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Chris. No, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know what, Pat? I was one of those people that I've always loved giving people time. These guys, they've had enough time. They don't look impressive in any mode. Like,
Even when they win. All my pieces, man.
I can't point. Yeah, even when they win, I can't point out a single game
Come
mode or
on.
a single thing that they look strong in. And I think that's like the difference between, you know, every other team that's somewhat competitive, right? Even like Minnesota, you can see that they're like impressive in S&D, even though you might not think highly of them as a team. But like everybody else, like that is somewhat of a competitor. Like these guys are just the bottom half clearly, and like they just don't have anything that they really shine in. I think it's probably time for them to do something to freshen up their roster, because I don't think they're gonna be able to fix anything.
I would say that I would
Fuck
say
off.
that for them, if they're making moves, I think the like thesis issue is like everybody caught up to them, right? I think when you talk to any person, they're saying, "We'll kick off Classic, and after we go Classic, these guys are ahead." The question is, what's going to happen when everybody gets back to the pack? Are they going to be able to adjust? And they haven't yet seemed like they're able to adjust. And you're going to hear this a lot, I think, on this show. This week's really critical to a lot of teams because you're losing a lot of practice days after next weekend. To try and figure out how to mix up, especially in some of these respawns, some of their base stats, strats, and breaks, because I feel like there's just not a lot of ingenuity going on right now as opposed to what they were doing in November and December. And they're keeping a lot of these maps close. I think this is a pretty close overall 3-1, but they're just not, they don't have that edge that they had, especially when they beat FaZe and they had that run of kickoff Classic. That's all now dissipated.
Well, I mean, to talk about the first map a little bit, I mean, I know Asum, you're in here. To be honest, it just felt like the second rotation, you guys weren't doing anything. I mean, they were out rotating the fuck out of you guys. You guys, Asum, I'm pretty sure you guys got, no bullshit, like 20 points the whole second rotation. Like, what?
Yeah. I think Seattle's best map is this map in mode, it's Hardpoint Tuscan. We started out really hot, like I said, the first rotation, and then the second rotation, it felt like we were getting beat on every rotation, and they were just winning every fight. Dante started going off, so I mean, like you see right now he's on a 5-3. But yeah, I think that map one is definitely kudos to them in the second rotation for sure.
Hey, Asen, do you hold on?
Go ahead, Ben.
The fuck?
Watching this map, Asen,
What the hell, dude? That is actually insanely unlucky, right?
Watching this map specifically, I felt like you guys were just playing way too slow in the second rotation. Even though they were beating you and out rotating you guys weren't really like pushing the envelope, trying to make it a little bit faster. Do you feel like that's sometimes your guys' issue when you lose some of these hardcore maps?
I think going from like practice, second rotation has always been our biggest issue, and I don't know if that's a pacing issue, like you said. Like I don't know if it's because we're slow playing or what, but it definitely did feel like they were faster than us for sure.
I felt like it was more just fundamentally they were just out rotating you guys. They were just a step ahead. It seemed like in the second half of the game, which this is something I was talking to my challenges team about, because even watching them, they were always so good at in the beginning of hard points, and they would always keep it close. And then once it hits the second rotation, it's almost like they lost focus. And I feel like pro teams have that same problem. Like sometimes when it's in the middle of a game and things are like hitting the fan and it's a really close game, you lose focus on the fundamentals and what you need to do on the map, right? Like people kind of break apart, black out.
Fucking turned wrong.
So if you can focus on those second rotations, like I think it'll help you guys a lot. I think a lot of teams need to focus on that, including the
especially
talents.
on this game, Tom. Like every single, like the entire map, like it just seems like it's just there's never a pause for some people. I think like it's very important that when you're rotating back to like P1s, for example, on every single map, that you just take a second to reset, whether it's like getting there early or whether it's actually setting something up. Because if you don't, like that's when games can get out of hand.
Let me add one more thought on top of this, Tom. It's something I've heard from quotes that I've seen from two people, which is Rambo Ray and Crowder, which is on this topic is all about game plan. And to your point, yes, you want to not lose focus on second rotation, but you also want to be careful of deviating from your game plan that you set out before the match started. That's where I feel like a lot of teams get in trouble.
Yeah, it's just because when you're in the middle of a map and so much is going on, it's just you forget. You honestly, in the heat of the moment, you forget certain things. So
it looks like you're right, bro.
I was say, like, how the fuck is
weren't getting
time like
points?
that?
Yeah,
It was like 111 to
nothing.
80, and now it's 231 to 130.
Bro, I'm telling you,
Why it
when the
forces
game
that
ended, I was
cinematic,
mind-blown
dude.
'cause I was like,
So dumb.
I haven't watched it back yet, but yeah, the second rotation looks really bad.
It was mainly P1 and P2. Y'all got outscored 92-2 on those first two hills on the second
Well,
rotation.
P1 is I think P1 is the most important hill in Tuscan.
I agree.
Especially the second P1. It's the most important part to set the momentum going on for the rest of the
You can
map.
chain it. You can chain it to the P2. If you pin people back on that like that fountain spawn, like the back fountain spawn, I mean they're screwed. You could chain a couple hills and you could just go up so much. This Seattle team makes me pull my teeth, pull my hair, whatever the fuck you want to say. I just feel like, again, they're talented. I don't. To say blow it up, I just don't know what you could do. Like I feel like they have the talent. I guess just not as a team.
I have some ideas.
What are some ideas you got, Pat?
Like I said, I mean, I really would hate to, to give out such valuable information for free. So if Seattle is get to that point,
we have a show. We can do the right things out there. We're not selling time to Seattle. Come on, man.
Oh, I like that. I like that color, man.
This is a big blockbuster move that would drastically improve their team.
What's the move?
And for information like that, it doesn't come from.
Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
We live in a capitalistic world.
No, let's hear it. Otherwise, you're
Listen. I am co-host, and I am gonna say something. So they outslayed by 17 in this series.
Seattle did?
This whole series outslayed by 17. And I know a lot of people in the chat are like, well, they won game 1 by such a big margin. They only outslayed game 1 by 11, so they still outslayed by 6 on every other map that they lost, which is something that we were talking about before. Is like, well, Seattle really can only win series when they massively outslay, and now it's kind of getting to the point where even when they do outslay, and don't get me wrong, Sid and Pred played solid today, they just can't win. Like, so that's just kind of the theory for me on this team. Is I think they're behind now, and
No, but Ben, I think Pat brings up a good point, because I think on Friday against Optic, they outslayed them by like 17 plus as well. I'm pretty sure they were like all really positive.
Yeah, but that's such a good problem to have, though.
It's a good problem.
Like if you're gonna have problems with the team, at least slaying is not the issue.
At least talent isn't the issue.
Right, which is why I hate saying blow it up when you have a team full of talent, because I just want them to figure it out.
It was my original point that I said when it was the first thing I said when we said this series, which is like I think it's about reevaluating your tactics. Are you doing something different in your breaks? Your approach to map taking situations, you executing an idea that's now kind of outdated. They need to take some time, and I think deep dive and mix up and add new things, because I think they have the time to execute this stuff, but sometimes teams get a little bit stale and they don't mix it up.
Okay, well, if you're pointing, hold on, real quick, Pat. If you're pointing out that they're talented, right? Then you're going into the point where their leadership is the issue, or their coaching staff, because they're not basically reaffirming the fact that they need to do something different, and they're not.
I would say be careful about that. Well, hold on. You don't know if some of their issues they're actually executing. They have a game plan, then they're deviating from the game plan when they get into the game, and that's talking from a coaching standpoint. So
I feel like, of course, but I feel like something we're leaving out is this team is not outslaying every series.
Get the fuck away from me, man.
Inconsistent slaying team.
I can't stand these guys with no pistol ammo. Not good.
But it doesn't happen all the time. So we can talk about game plan and say like, yeah, they need to reevaluate that. By the way, there's a very limited amount of game plan in
forcing the
Vanguard in
fucking
general,
cutscene
so
on me.
keep that in mind. But I just don't think this team consistently slays and it's getting to the point that sometimes, even when they do slay, they don't win. So I don't know. I think, Ben, like, we could evaluate their game plan and change it up, but at the end of the day, they would just have those stinkers that they still do now where, okay, well, Zip threw up a 0.7, or they all just got outslayed massively. Like, that's still a reality for this team.
I want to put a pin in this real quick. We have Asim here. And Asim, I want to ask you a question. This is how I play this round because I think it's going to be watching your team play, you guys definitely started in S&D recently. I really like what you guys kind of execute in this round. Kind of tell us, have you put in a lot more like S&D practice for the last few weeks? Like, what's your kind of, without getting too much away, like, what has been your sort of game plan to try and get better in this game mode?
I think our biggest problem before was that me and Kyler had a different view on S&D than Austin and Pierce, and we just kind of sat down and like started grinding it individually and just try to get on the same page. And now I feel like I want to give a really special shout out to Kyler. I think Kyler went 10-4 in this map, and he won 3 separate 1v1s.
Yeah.
So he's actually been tearing it up in S&D. That's what I was trying to warn Pat yesterday. Is like, I know we've been like slacking on S&D, but for stage 2 for the most part, we've been really in sync, and I think that's the biggest thing that's going forward for this stage. That we've just been on the same page.
Yep.
You talk about one of these 1v1s. This one
was nasty too.
It's just a good play out of Kyler. I feel like he just knew where Pred was and he outplayed him. He gets the bomb down with 15 seconds left, and I like how he goes over the balcony like this and just predicts Pred to come through secret. That was a really good play out of Kyler. Just an easy read out of him. You can see the Acer, you're getting hyped up after that one.
I was gassing him up.
Getting hyped up after that. But yeah, I feel like Seattle, I mean, they come out win the first map. They have a little bit of a better showing here in S&D. I mean, this is a really big map for them. If they're able to maybe clean up their searches a little bit, I mean, I feel like there's still hope for this team. I don't like saying blow it up because I feel like they could. I feel like it's there.
Well, when we say blow it up, we just mean a change, right? We don't necessarily mean like all 4 of them gotta go. It's
like when I think blow it up, Pat, I think like Paris and New York and like those guys.
Not squad wide, because I mean, at the end of the day, they do have enough talent. Or have a lot of talent. So squad wipe is just not realistic in the CDL.
I have all candles lit in the background as a prayer vigil to some of these like red pack teams because like to that point, like I just feel like when we talked about the last year, there aren't a lot of moves some of these teams can make to get better. It's really just gonna be, can you devote some time to try and improve your stuff? And if a move happens in a trade between 2 teams, like maybe that's going to be the play. Because I agree with Tom. Like I don't think making wholesale changes to the Seattle team is going to make them better. I think it's smaller things that they can maybe adjust. Maybe they.
I could think of a change that would.
Well, why don't you say what the changes instead of
He's saying that, but you gotta provide solutions.
Until you say the idea you have, I don't think.
Do you not want to push a narrative? Is that why you're not saying it?
Yeah, I don't want to push a narrative and give away very valuable information that others would not readily have without my expertise.
Done it. You've already done it before on the show with other players and other teams. Do it.
And that was a lot of money out of my pocket.
What are you saying, bro? Pat, that is the ultimate cap.
Let's see this.
Confused how I lost 6 seconds there, but
Asim's in here,
so what's the connect?
Maybe don't want to tip it to another team. Do you want to
probably just a shitty split, honestly.
Judge here of whether or not you're tapping.
Nah.
Me?
Yeah.
I guess I'll send you a poke. I mean, you guys are my co-hosts, so.
Hey, I'm on the reverse sweep. Poke me.
But yeah, let's get back into the map a little bit. Asim, it feels like I feel like you guys have been switching bomb sites a lot. Like you kind of do like little rotations and stuff, kind of like mid-round situationals and stuff like that. There was one round where you guys went to bomb site and rotate back to B, and I feel like you do that a lot. Is that something that you do with the bomb? You kind of just go back and forth and you direct the pace and where you guys are going, or are you getting calls from your teammates? Like, how is that working?
Yeah, I usually like, I think a lot of it stems from like the Cold War mindset where like people used to wrap the bombs all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to keep people on edge, make sure that they're not. I don't know if you noticed, but I always switch it up. I never play like the same angle, same spot, because I feel like I know you brought it up yesterday. VOD review is a huge thing, and every player does it. So if you're not switching it up, then people are just gonna read what you do.
I know, especially like with how competitive the league is. People are always studying VOD before the match, right? Like the day before. So you have to change it up, or you're just gonna get blind countered. Which, by the way, I saw Minnesota Rocket running a lot of the same strats they were running last week. Especially in Tuscan, where like Michael said in and they'll all go B and shit like that, like doing a ton of the same shit, and it was hurting them. They were getting shut down. Like pros are gonna be watching film and picking up on some of the setups and some of the rushes that some of these guys are doing. Seattle bring it back a little bit. They bring it back. They're only down around here, and they go back onto the offense. Asim, you're always working this site by yourself. You end up getting taken down there. You said Mac in the interview. You said Mac had you a couple times.
Mac
over
had
there.
me twice. I will tip Mac. Usually, like, especially on land, like, I was a different beast in that docks area.
Yeah.
But against Seattle, Mac like shit on me twice. in two
Why do you automaton right there? You like the automaton there?
I'm switching it up because, you know, watching VOD,
Haley does that too.
Lamar likes to play top warehouse and watch a pinch, so I was looking for Lamar.
Yeah, no,
little mind games there.
Crazy
Mind games
player,
there.
by the way.
Yeah, Lamar almost made a crazy player.
This would have been insane.
I was gonna ask
Tommy,
you.
yeah, Tommy, I remember yesterday we were talking about how like people shouldn't be just hopping the bomb like late or early into the round and actually pushing out clutch, and I mean we did a good job of that.
No, you guys looked a lot better today. But
I was gonna ask you, Asim, did you guys? Because I assume you guys knew you were gonna play this Berlin S&D against Seattle. There's a lot of footage of them playing this map in general. Did you guys kind of prepare for that specifically?
I mean, there's a lot of Berlin VOD against us too. I think it was just a little chess match between both of us because we both really like to play this map. So I would say there was a lot of hard counters and stuff like that for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, and then you guys end up going to the A side. Is this where you guys wrap it back? This is where you guys wrap it back. So this is kind of just like a spread, play for information type shit, right? And just kind of see if you can find anything. See, you guys do a good job at that. I feel like there's teams that don't even do that. Skies was talking about it yesterday in the chat, the Florida series, that they don't play for info at all. Like when you watch them play, they're holding lanes and
Florida's a very fast team. They just run.
They're either running or they just like don't do anything. Like they just hold and don't really shimmy or peek, or they don't get anything. And you can't win rounds in S&D without map control, without information. So I like how you guys are slow playing rounds and you're changing up the pace, and it's just hard to play against that when you guys are watching one round, slow playing another round, switching bomb sites, doing things you've never done before. I mean, that's what's gonna separate you guys as like a top S&D team. So good plays out of you guys. Like you guys ended up clutching up this round, right? You guys get the bomb down here. If I remember correctly, you get a blood with the grenade. Good nade there. Which, by the way, people are really starting to hit some grenades because people don't run fortified, right? Asim and S&D. So people get one tagged by nades.
Yeah, online, Tom, like you can sound horde really bad, but online you really can't. So I think that's like kind of the meta right now in S&D. Everyone's running Ninja.
Isn't that crazy that online people are switching their perks and shit?
It's been like that before.
It's been like that for ages, yeah. But I feel like for the last 2 years though, because stage matches matter so much online that people are taking any advantage they can.
Yeah.
Also, quick little just a stat for you guys. On Berlin, Seattle, they only win 7 out of 17 times, 41% when they plant A. So the other 59%, they're getting retake on that A side.
Or on B side, you mean?
No, it's A.
But the reason they prefer A more than B, because B is so easy to like win around on.
Yeah. And then we get into the Gavitu control. We have Seattle, who's going to start things off on the offensive side. You can already see Slasher pushing out that deep right. I definitely want to highlight Austin a little bit, so the guys from LAT, because Austin's been keeping up and been playing a lot better. I don't know what it is. Was it the attachment switching? This guy changed his attachment. All of a sudden, this guy's the best.
Yeah, it might be.
You think it was a big thing for him or what?
He's been turning it up in stage 2 right now. I mean, it's insane. I know JP tweeted Pat like this. But no bullshit, I think we are like 50%.
Oh man.
Fuck. We pulled a crazy round 5.
Well, hold on. I have a bonus thing. You've never capped B point on either Tuscan or Gavutu.
That's crazy. Yeah,
You've never
won the most offenses.
Yeah. All of your offense round wins have came from team white.
Fucking get it.
Never capped a B point ever?
On either map. They've never
What the
capped B.
fuck? Wait, that is actually insane. That is crazy.
Okay, well, I mean, you know, when it turns into ticks, we might need to switch up our game plan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, with the tick change, y'all better start fucking stacking these points.
I mean, you know me, man. I'm the most adaptable. You put something in front of me, I'll
Oh
find a
yeah,
way to
well,
adapt
I
to
mean,
it.
listen, you guys are playing a game how it's supposed to be played right now. I mean,
Grapple Sog,
yeah, I mean,
MP40, come on now.
once the game actually changes, like you're gonna have to adapt. Every team's gonna have to adapt.
You're not the only one though. On Tuscan, it's you guys and LAT that's never capped B point. And on Gavutu, it's you guys, Rocker, Legion, and Surge that have never capped B on all.
Yeah, but we have a shit ton of Gavitu offense.
But they come all from team wipe, so there's 4 of them, and they all come from getting kills.
Returned here.
I tip it, Asim. I definitely tip that. Talk to me a little bit. What were the comms like in his offense? You guys get onto the B site, you see Big P pulling the Trey Zero, right?
He pops the 3 Ps on B. Or, yeah, I think it was
There's another
I think it was a 5 shake right there. But
It
then
changes the name of this
I think at this point
that
we were
they
just
must
kind of on
have
a
put an
momentum,
extra
like we were
Tawana
putting
down
them
so it
in their
wouldn't do
base really.
damage to the
The
ball.
thing, the thing that I try to tell people, Waysome, is on this map, when you have pressure on B, when you come out spawn, you have to keep putting that
That's
pressure on
fucking
B
crazy.
over and over and over again. What you were just doing right
Can't believe
there,
I
right? You
didn't, like,
refunneled B and kept
fuck,
pushing
dude.
in. It's kind of
Holy
like a
shit.
2-2 train, right? The more you have
How can we
pressure
be
B,
certain?
the less pressure you have on A. It allows you to cap the A point, and if you do get kills on a B point, you can almost cap that too. So, you know, you definitely see a lot of people playing really aggressive.
30 seconds left and we're down lives and we win this somehow. I haven't even watched this back yet.
Especially with Pred hitting the right side and kind of pinning you guys. Yeah, Dante went, dude. Dante pulled an MC. He pulled an MC right there.
Oh my god.
Remember when MC did that? When Cell did that on the, he was on the ladder trying to
That's
cross the
fucking
map.
crazy.
Yeah. People be trying to do some crazy shit with that
And
pistol.
it's not like that.
Let's fucking go, man.
Round, but bro, like when kills are tied, you're on a
Finally.
round 5 with 20 seconds left. You're taking that.
A minute off
chow,
record,
that
sub
just
50.
seems
that was
faded.
that was a tough chow out of
Fuck.
Dante. I'm not sure what Sib was thinking. Right
Let's
there,
go.